Hey, we're Highland, and today we're gonna make a beat.
But we're only gonna use samples that we get from this car.
Cool. Check. Yeah, it's recording.
Cool. How's my hair?
It's great.
Nice. We're gonna collect all the samples we can in 10 minutes with the iZotope Spire. Starting now. That's pretty loud.
Snappy. Percussion or something.
Safety first.
Safety first, boys. Just don't spray the water. All right, we've got one more sample to record. It's gonna be the horn of the car. I'm assuming we'll use that for like a bass or a synth of some sort.
Now it's time to go to the studio and chop this shit up. So we're in the stew right now. We're chopping up all the car audio. We're gonna make a fire beat.
Now that we've done all the grunt work and chopped up all of these samples, we're actually gonna kind of start getting things that are usable. Probably start by just getting like a basic kick and a snare sound, and then look for something to make chords out of. Got some basic drum sounds laid out now. We've got a kick that I think was the car door slamming.
So the snare is just a few different sounds with some distortion, EQ, and reverb. Double lock we use for distortion and compression, and the little plate we use for reverb.
We also got kind of a cool hi-hat sound. We also found like just random various sounds that we sampled, such as the parking brake being pulled and the blinkers, I think.
Alright, so now we're just gonna move on to working on some chords and melody. Whoa, that's 4.5 hours. Time flies when you're having fun with your best friends.
Alright, so after 4.5 hours of chopping.
Don't tell him that. After 10 minutes of...
After a lot of chopping and organizing and stuff, we got a cool drum loop going. Once we got drums going, we kind of got this main motif, I guess, with the bell.
Before all of the effects, it sounded like this. Just a beat from locking the car.
So the main thing that's making it sound like that is the huge reverb.
Reverb and crystallizer. It's like a funky delay. The sound we made the bass out of was this car horn.
That's kind of hard to believe.
And it ended up becoming this.
And the way we did that was we pretty much just took the sound of the horn and put it in a sampler inside of Ableton, and we just looped a really, really short segment of that. So it was just like this one really tight spot over and over again. And then we kind of just piled on some effects from there. Like we put like a distortion and a filter on it. We got this really kind of eerie, distorted sound going for the pre-chorus.
We got that by running the bass through a bunch of crazy plugins and distortions. Of course, Decapitator, had a formant shifter, reverb, and the main thing was iZotope trash. This has a bunch of cool presets for messing up the audio. It pretty much turned into this.
The sidechain synth during the pre-hook is just a duplicate of our bass sound that we turned into chords. This was a vocal sample, actually. I think this was a sample of Elliot. Yeah. Yeah, we just took a piece of dialogue from when we were kind of explaining things in the car, and we did the same thing that we did with the bass, where we just found a little section of it and looped it over and over again really fast until it was a sustained note, and then just made chords out of that and just piled on a ton of effects.
Volume automation to sidechain it. We have Sound Toys effect track, formant shifter, and a reverb. So the main sound in this drop we pretty much made from taking the original lead and putting that through distortion and just printing it and copying and pasting the same note over the whole drop.
We're using AutoPan so that it pretty much just makes the volume go up and down in whatever rhythm we choose.
So without it, it sounds like this.
Yeah, that sounds like
it's a terrible sound. And then with the mid bass, we did the same thing. It's just this horn sample again, and we ran it through distortion and AutoPan. And together, it all sounds like this.
Life without you, down too many, 'cause I don't wanna think about the new. Hit me like a car when I found the truth. You've been moving on while I followed you. Drag me through the mud, but don't pretend it's love no more. There's nothing left to say. Got nothing left to take it, 'cause you hit me like a car when I found the truth. You've been moving on while I followed you, so there's nothing left to say.
Line?
Very good.
You're going to record samples of the car with an iZotope Spire.
Or the